You guys, it's Karen and this is my favourite eye look number 3. This is quite different obviously because it's colourful, it is green, and I know that I got a lot of compliments when I used this look. This is from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Gold palette, and so if you would like to see how to do this look and listen to me rambling away, then please keep watching. First things first, we're using this colour called So Bougie, and it is a beautiful crease colour, and I'm using a Sephora. This is 19. It's a really nice crease colour brush actually, it's quite a big one. I sort of switch, I've got this one and the MAC, is it 220 brush that I use for my crease. And I love them all, but I just switch between them, you know, when I get a bit fed up and fancy something new. I switch between that one, the MAC one, and what's the other one I use for the crease? MAC 217 maybe? And I never seem to get my crease as high as I should. Do you remember there was a time when a lot of people were telling me I should do my crease higher, and Nisha said it to me as well from Sugar Puff and Fluff, and I do try and get it higher. I used to put it like almost onto my eyelid, and it definitely looks better if you can do it higher if you've got hooded eyes. So I've got a video up and it's almost ready to go live, but I don't think I'm going to put it live. It's on the tretinoin change, and I can't remember if I've told you, tretinoin, sorry, the tretinoin change. And what I'm doing is I'm using it every single night on my eyes, and I'm not doing it on my face and neck anymore. Not that it's made that much difference on my neck today, I've still got white lines, because it's just really messing with my tan, and that's bothering me. I know that using it once a week isn't going to make much of a difference, and I want to really see if it makes a difference to my eyes, and I want to use the flooding method, which is like really intensely using it, and you'll get used to the side effects much quicker. And I want to see if I can avoid having blepharoplasty, and I haven't got long, because if Kev gets a good bonus in September, which is in a couple of months, then I can start to think about having blepharoplasty. Not ideal, because I could do with having blepharoplasty when it's time to wear sunglasses, which is about now, but we can't afford it now. And I want a few months to, you know, see if I can get the tretinoin to work. So maybe I'll think about having it, you know, next early summer kind of thing. We'll see. And the other thing was, what was the other reason? Oh, I looked at the photos between January and now, and the tretinoin has just done nothing. Anyway, I started using it every night, but my tretinoin is obviously non-active anymore. And I have been keeping it in the fridge, and I don't think it's keeping it in the fridge that's caused any problem. I just think it's time that's caused a problem, because I have done my research on keeping it in the fridge finally, and I do believe that keeping it in the fridge is the right thing to do. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it will cause a problem if you don't keep it in the fridge. I just think from my research that it will last longer if you keep it in the fridge. But there isn't anything definitive that I found. It's just the companies that sell the base tretinoin powder suggest keeping it in the fridge, and just from what I can see, I think it would be best to keep it in the fridge. So anyway, I ordered some more Retirides, and it arrived yesterday. It only took 5 days, which I thought was really good. So I started using that last night on top of my eyes. So hopefully I'll start, well, not hopefully I'll start to see some peeling, but I should start to see some peeling, because that is a whole new tube. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, because like I said, I'm trying to use it every single night. Okay, this look is a green look, as you know, and it's using this colour called Moneybags from the Too Faced, right in the corner there. And I'm going to use this Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. I'm just trying to kind of use this up, and it's a nice white colour, so I thought it would brighten really well. So I'm going to put this all over my lid. Get my mirror down a bit closer here so I can see what I'm doing. So yeah, I've got that video up, but I don't know, I watched it through yesterday, and I feel it's a little bit bitty, and there's a few things I wanted to say and haven't said in it, and so obviously you can't add things into a video, you know, after you've done it. There's little things you can do, you know, you can add, if you've forgotten to say one thing, you can add it in on screen, but there's more that I wanted to say, and I really want to film the Garden of Wisdom videos today. Garden of Wisdom video, the haul and review. And so I think I'm just going to film the Garden of Wisdom and maybe a new at the drugstore today, get those up, and then I'll try and film the Tretinoin one today and get that up and just delete that other one. It's a shame when you lose a video like that, but like I said, when I watched it, I just felt that it was a bit bitty and not giving the full information, and some things I said wrong. Like I had said that I just sort of thought as a viewer it wouldn't make 100% sense, because I had said that I'd wanted to get rid of the milia in my chin, for example, and I don't have milia in my chin. Now I'd put on the screen that I wasn't meaning milia, but actually I was talking about the whiteheads under my chin, and what I was trying to say was that actually it's not that important to me to get rid of, you know, anything under there. That's just a minor thing, so that's why I'm not that bothered about using it anymore, because I'm literally just using it around my eyes, and that's all I'm going to use it for going forward. I'm only going to use retinol on my face. So I'm using this is the Zoeva 237 brush, and I'm going into that green, and I'm just going to go onto my eyelids and put this again 3/4 of the way across. I don't know what top I'm going to wear with this. I was looking in my wardrobe thinking, what on earth am I going to wear? I don't really want to wear black because it's quite a dark colour, isn't it, with it being summer, but I might end up having to, because I have got a cream top, but I'm kind of saving that and thinking I might wear it for the wedding, and it's a dry clean only top. My dad's wedding, they now have a date, it's the 13th of October, and it is in Edinburgh. I think I told you that last week, didn't I? And goodness me, we're doing so much for it. I feel quite stressed by it, but I'm actually feeling pretty sad at the moment, and I think it's just medication. I hope it's just medication, but I'm pretty sure it is, because this happened at my last increase, and it is the weirdest thing, and I have a new empathy for people with depression, because what happened is I felt really, really tearful last time. Now, must have been the first time I took it. I felt like I'd had a bereavement, and I'm not exaggerating with that. I woke up and just felt like when my nan died, but nothing has happened. I just could not stop crying and felt like something awful had happened, but nothing had happened. And it's the most bizarre feeling. And like I said, I've got a new empathy for people that are depressed, but you know, people that suffer with depression but don't have a reason to be depressed, because generally I've definitely felt very, very depressed before, but I've had a reason for being depressed, you know, and I can say it's because of this and this, but this was a feeling of, I don't know why I'm depressed, I don't know why I'm so tearful. Anyway, it sort of went away within 3 or 4 days, and so I knew it was the medication. I thought it was either medication or it was hormones, because, you know, it was sort of that time of the month. But then when I increased it again, the feeling came back, and now it's come back again, and it's just awful. It's really, really awful. But there are a couple of things that are kind of bothering me, and one of them is my health, because I thought it may have been helping my headaches, this drug that I'm on for the headaches, and I've been diarying how much I've been sleeping and how many headaches I've had, etc., and it seemed to be helping, but then all of a sudden I feel like it's gotten worse again. And on Sunday I slept for a big part of the afternoon, and then yesterday I slept for a big part of the afternoon, and I just felt awful in the afternoon. Like I dragged myself out of bed to walk Watson in the afternoon, and it was one of those where I was avoiding people. Is that my boys coming home? I was telling Kev that I walked somewhere completely remote, and I wasn't out for very long. I made sure he just had time to do his business, you know, which wasn't very good for Watson, but I just couldn't stand the fact that, you know, it was sunny and I didn't want it in my face. I'm just using my Anastasia palette because I want to use a dark brown matte, and in this Too Faced palette there isn't really a dark brown matte. I did think about using that, but it's not matte, but you could use this for the outer corner, and that's what I would use if I didn't have another palette with a matte colour, but I just want to use a matte, so I'm going to use this one. I have used that other colour before and it is okay, but I just really fancy using a matte colour. Yeah, I just didn't want to talk to anybody, and because this is, you know, because we live in a street with apartment blocks in it, there's a lot of dogs and a lot of dog owners, and I know most of them, and so I can't take Watson out for a walk without bumping into somebody that I know. And even in the bit that I went to, which is a kind of illegal bit because it's part of the ports, you know, I bumped into somebody I knew, and I actually really would have liked to chat to him if I wasn't feeling so awful, because he's suffering with pain and he's on crutches and he's a big sort of burly guy with tattoos that... So I did quickly ask him if he'd had any results, and he was telling me he's got an appointment with a neurologist and whatnot, and I said to him, look, I've really got to go, I've got an appointment, because I just talking was hurting my head, you know, and I just wanted to get home. And then I got home and Watson was wanting to play, as he always does after playing, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I just not got the energy, but I was trying to play with him, and then I was like, right, I'm trying to do some training, and I don't know, everything was just an effort, and I felt kind of down about that, you know, because I was saying to Kev, I feel like this health thing is never going away. I just feel like every single day my life is affected by my health. And with Watson, it's like I keep trying to care for him myself and I can't. You guys know I've gone between having a walker, not having a walker, having a walker, not having a walker, putting him in daycare, not putting him in daycare. And I'm not happy in being in daycare or with a walker. There's always something goes wrong. I don't think I even told you about what happened last Friday with the walker, but something went wrong. I can maybe tell you when I've got my makeup done, because I'm kind of concentrating on doing my makeup just now. And it's no big deal really, I suppose. It's just me being a worrier, you know. You're never 100% sure when they're in somebody else's care that things are okay. There's so many things happen. I mean, look what happened when he was in daycare, you know, it turned out they were accused of cruelty. And so you can never be 100% sure that they're being looked after properly. But I'm just not healthy enough to give him the walks that he needs. And I know that some people wouldn't agree that he needs as much as we give him. I think some people would think that he could get that walk at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then maybe a walk at 7 o'clock at night with Kev. But I mean, to be fair though, Kev isn't here. Kev has got, you know, he wants to be a professional golfer in the over 50s, and Kev has supported every dream I've ever had, and so I feel like I can do what I can do is support Kev in his dream. And the way that I can do that is to not complain that he's not here in the evenings when he goes to the range to practice his golf, you know, and he should really be going every night, but he doesn't, because when I'm ill he doesn't go, you know. I made him go last night because he came in and he went, no, if you're ill I'll stay in, and I was like, no. I said, take him for a quick 10-minute walk, I said, and then go. Oh, here's my boys. Sorry about that. That is one of my boys off to work. So Kev is just off to work now. I make him a takeaway coffee in the morning, and I needed to change the battery on Watson's GPS, and what else? Try and get Watson to drink some breakfast. No, to eat some breakfast, because he's going to be gone until I pick him up at 3 o'clock. But actually I thought, you know what, it's better if he doesn't eat his breakfast, because he doesn't have a poop, and that's one of the things I worry about when he's at daycare, because he's just too polite. I think I told you this already. The problem is he doesn't drink and he doesn't do his business. But I can't remember if I gave you an update on that. They were so good with him the second week. They asked what his command was for going to the bathroom, and I told them, and they put it down on the board in the school and told all the members of staff what his command was for going to the toilet, and all of the members of staff told him, and I got a little report card saying when he went for a wee. Just to let you know, I don't like the outer corner, that dark brown hasn't really gone dark brown enough, so I'm actually going to use that Holler for a Dollar colour in the Too Faced palette, because it's kind of going a bit patchy, and yeah, I'm not loving it. So I'm going to use the same brush, just see how that comes out. So they put on this little report card that at 11 o'clock no wee, because they rotate the staff hourly, and at 12 o'clock he weed on command, so they'd obviously said to him be quick, which is my command to him. 1 o'clock no wee, and at 3 o'clock he weed with no command, so he'd gone himself. So that was really encouraging. But the only thing is I didn't put him into the school last week because it was too hot. And I had to pay anyway for the day because I had booked him in, but I didn't realise the weather was going to be so hot, and I just decided it was too hot for him to be laying about in the sun all day. And you know, they have got paddling pools and all sorts there to cool him down, but Watson won't go in a paddling pool in the gardener. I've been trying to train him to go into it. He's a funny little sausage, is our Watson. And so I just didn't want him to be there. I just thought it was no good, because when I had picked him up the week before, he was really, really hot. He was really struggling with the heat, and so it wasn't quite as hot as it was going to be that day. So I thought there's just no way I'm going to leave him there. So this is only his 3rd visit to this school. So I am going to worry about him today. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to leave you again if I'm not done in 15 minutes and take him out for a quick walk in case he wants another wee. He's going to wonder what on earth's going on. And hopefully he'll drink some water. They did say he drank some water as well last time, because again, they knew that he's not very good at drinking water, so they are encouraging him to drink water. They're being extra vigilant with him. I was just so impressed at the care of him, you know, considering how many dogs they've got. They say they sort of get to know the little idiosyncrasies of each dog, and they pay extra attention, and I did not expect that from such a large organisation. But they've got a notice board where they put the little things that you need to pay attention to, and they've got things on it like Sasha doesn't like a raincoat on, or Sasha doesn't like the rain, or you know, things like that. So really, really nice. This isn't going as neat as I had hoped, you know. I don't remember how I got it so neat last time. I think I might go back over with the green and take it over a bit. Take it, you know, back, take the green a bit more over to the 2/3, if you like, because it looks a bit like it's just on half of my eye at the moment. And I might actually spray my brush if I bought the spray through. I didn't bring the spray through, so I'm just using that makeup setting spray that I told you about, and I'm spraying my brush and going back into that green. So I don't have much else to catch you up on. At the weekend I donned my wetsuit again and tried to do some swimming with Watson, but yet again it was a bit of a fail. Mostly because something I didn't realise about the sea is it can be shallow for quite a long way, you know, and I honestly didn't realise that about the sea. I thought all seas kind of dipped off as soon as you got in them, so that was quite interesting really, but not very useful for trying to get Watson to swim, because it meant that I sort of, because he doesn't go into the sea, he's not keen on going into the sea, it meant I had to walk for a long, long way before I could put him down for him to swim, because if I put him down too early he would just run out of the sea, because he really doesn't enjoy it. And so, you know, it's not good for the bonding of him and I, because I don't want him to lose trust in me, and it's not good for my back to be carrying him that far, and just overall it just wasn't a great experience. So I don't think I'm going to be using that wetsuit again anytime soon, but I have actually got hydrotherapy next weekend with the girl that I was going to go to. Remember I said the girl that we started off with years ago, she is back from holidays, so I think we're going to try and go to her weekly if we can, if she has appointments, or if I can on a Saturday. She's got really odd times, she's just had a baby, and it's going to be quite tricky because she's so far away. A lot of her times would mean that I was coming back on the bypass, you know, which is like a motorway on, oh, for goodness sake, this thing that holds my cotton buds in my bag, it's got one of these little tiny clips on it and it keeps popping off. I would be coming back at peak times. I'm using my Egyptian magic and a cotton bud to just clean under my eyes, and it needs a good old clean. And so it's going to be tricky to try and get appointments with her, but it would be really good if I could go once a week, because she's a lot cheaper than the one in Edinburgh. And I think it would really help Watson lose weight. Now that he's starting to get interested in a ball, I don't know whether you've seen the vlog of Watson. By the way, I said I would put up some footage of me doing the in my wetsuit, and it's actually on the vlog of Watson. I meant to say that. I meant to put it in writing at the bottom of the other vlog, of the bottom of the video that I put up last week, and I forgot to. But it's on the vlog of Watson on my Mrs. Ginger and her dog channel. But yeah, we're struggling to get Watson to lose weight because we've got to reduce his exercise. So exercise isn't an option. Normally he was having, you know, an extra hour at least of exercise, and we could always go, right, you know, if he was bored, we could always go for another little walk, but that's not an option. And so we tend to do little games or little bits of training, and of course that involves treats. Now we do use already low-fat treats. We use, like, you know, low-fat pork strips. We can't use chicken because he's allergic to it. It's not like we're using high-fat treats. We use tiny little bits, but it's tricky. So swimming would just be all round good. And now that he's interested in a ball, which has happened just in the last couple of weeks, it would be great if I could somehow incorporate that into the swimming, and, you know, maybe that will increase his love or give him motivation to love swimming. Anyway, that's happening on Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be nice to do that on Saturday. And it gives me something to do on a Saturday, because Kev's always saying, you know, oh great, it's the weekend. And I've always said to him, you know, the weekend isn't that much different for me. With him golfing, it doesn't feel any different sometimes, because it's the same day for me as any other day if he's playing golf, in that I walk Watson. Unless I meet up with Watson's friend Lola, that's sometimes makes it different. Look how far down the fallout from this has been. That's the only thing. I think I'm going to have to redo my foundation a bit, because I don't want to put concealer like down on my cheeks. So I might well go and do my touch up back in the living room, because I'm going to, like I said, take Watson out for a little walk. Today, once Watson leaves, he'll be leaving. The guy comes and collects him on the school bus, as they call it, at about somewhere between 8 and 8:30. And then I'll need to leave here at 2 o'clock to go and collect him. He can come home on the school bus, but I just, at the minute, I'm collecting him because of the fact that I'm not sure if he's going for a wee and drinking and whatnot, and with the heat I just want to make sure that I'm getting him as soon as possible, so that I can see if he's desperate for a wee. I can take him to the field, you know, at the school, and let him, you know, relieve himself quickly and give him a drink and call him down in the car with the weather and whatnot, you know. So it's just a precaution at the moment until I see if we're going to leave him at the school. It's very expensive. It's like a private school. It's £30 a day, so yeah, very expensive. And I wish I could do his walking, but like I said, it's not just health. It's, if I wanted to be a dog walker, you know, then that would be great if I wanted to just do dog walking. But I don't just want to do dog walking, you know. I do like to do YouTube, and I've got so many other things that I want to do. And I think if I was the type of person that could just walk him around the block, then I might be able to do YouTube and walk Watson. But I want him to have more than that in his life, you know. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm just going to put some concealer underneath my eyes. I'm going to redo my foundation under here, just on my cheeks bit, which is just the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra. I'm going to redo my foundation there, put on concealer underneath my eyes, and do my eyeliner as I usually do on the top line. And I'm also going to put some lashes on. They are the Allure by Emma Willis in I think they're called Ace. Yeah, all the Aces, and that will complete the look. I was about to apologise to you there for how long I took, but I just of course realised that you won't have a clue how long I've been away. But I've been away for quite a while because I was waiting for Watson to be picked up, and he's been picked up, and I was chatting to the guy that picked him up, and I was taking Watson for a walk, and I've wet him and whatnot, you know. Anyway, I finished my eyes. I've put on the lashes and did my eyeliner. I put a tiny little bit of eyeshadow underneath my eyes, and I thought I'd just come and finish my face. So I'm using this is the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. This is it says blusher on it. I'm using it for my bronzer and then I'm going to use it for my blusher. I think it's just from Superdrug. I think it's the Superdrug Own brush and it's pretty good, I have to say. But the problem is I can't be sure that it's from Superdrug because it doesn't say on it. So it's either Superdrug or Boots Own. I'm pretty sure it's from one of those. It's not an online brush, I know that. So I suppose I could look in store and see if I can see another one, matching one, but it's quite soft, you know, it's not a hard brush, which is, I find that cheap brushes are normally quite hard. But yeah, really good. So that's what I'm putting on there, and then I'm just going to add on a little bit of blusher, and I'm using my beloved Clinique Iced Lotus. I've just got a bit of tissue here and I'm just rubbing off the brush on here. And then I will add a little bit on my cheeks. I always find if I'm doing a green colour that, to me, a pink based blusher and lipstick goes best. A sort of pink nude lip and blush goes best, as opposed to peach. But I think peach will go fine. It's just, that's what I think looks nicest. You can actually, that blush shows up that sort of little rash there, which I think is probably sun. I always get a rash in the sun. Okay, and a little bit of lips. I'm using the Maybelline Nude Whisper, if there's any left. Yeah, don't use it very often because I don't want to run out, because I don't want to buy another one, because it's not cruelty free. I think I've got this and one more. I thought there's no point in it just sitting there, I have to use it or it will dry out. And then I'm going to use this Lottie London Slay All Day liquid lipstick in, I think it's called Squad. Yeah, Squad. So as you can see, I've actually changed the look a little bit. All I did was, I was looking at it and thinking there's just something I don't love about it, so I just made it a bit sharper. And I know that there's a lot of people that don't like this on me, but I put waterline liner on, so I just put black waterline liner on the bottom line, and I put the green eyeshadow that's on my lid, I just put that under my eye. That's all I've done. I've just added that in and it just makes it look a bit more intense, and I much prefer it that way. I don't think that's how I did it when I did it on camera. I don't know whether it's, I don't know, there's just something, you know, just some days you just think, don't like my makeup today, but this has changed it for me. So I hope that you enjoyed that. One thing I wanted to talk to you about is I've got a comment on my Instagram. You guys can see it. If, in fact, it's not even on my Mrs. Ginger Beauty, it's on my What's in the Labradoodle channel on Instagram. And it says she likes the picture and she's asking me for a signed photo of myself, and I haven't replied, and she said that she was 50, it was her 50th birthday, and she would like a signed photo of me, and I don't know what to make of it. I'm really flattered, a bit surprised, a lot surprised actually, and part of me wondered if it was a joke, but I don't want to, I certainly don't want to say that, because if it isn't a joke then I certainly don't want to offend anybody. I just can't understand why somebody would want a picture of me for so many reasons. Firstly, like, why would somebody want a picture of me? But also, like, there's pictures of me all over Instagram. I've never signed anything in my life, you know, from that point of view, but I wouldn't know how to go about it, you know, like how, like nowadays, how would you even go about that? Like, would I, you know, what picture would I do, and would I send it off to a printer's, and, you know, that would cost a lot of money, and how would I then sign it? Like, how can you sign a photo? Would it need to be a matte photo? And then I'd need her address. Like, I don't even know. I haven't answered it because, like I said, I'm not really sure if that's a serious request, and I don't want to ignore her, but I'm not really sure what to do about that, because it's not, like, I very rarely get to the post office apart from anything else, and I'm just not really sure what to do. And I just wondered what your thoughts were on that. I just thought it was a bit of an odd request, and I don't know whether, I don't know, I'm not really sure what to do about it, but I hate ignoring people, you know. And so I was like, is there something else I can do instead? Like, I went over to her Instagram and said happy birthday to her, and I thought, well, is that enough? You know, I don't want to, like I said, just ignore her, but I don't know. I'm not sure what I think. So what are your thoughts on that? And I think that's you caught up with everything. I'm going to start some filming now. It's a bit late in the day actually because of everything that's gone on with Watson and my makeup not going right, and it's just been one of those mornings. I would normally start filming about 8, half 8, and it's now 9:30, and I feel like I want to sit down and have a cup of tea. I feel like I've been doing filming, but I haven't filmed anything other than, you know, just doing this makeup. So I'm going to film a new at the drugstore and hopefully my Garden of Wisdom videos. So nice catching up with you guys, and I'll speak to you again soon.